Welcome in, Nicole. Welcome in. So, all right, Ethan. Ugh. Take a look at the candy and see if it has any changes. So far, the Laffy Taffy did amazing. I love the Laffy Taffy. It's all bubbly looking, and I know it's going to be crunchy and delicious. The peach rings look good. The sour bright crawlers look good. The gummy worms look weird. I don't know. They're not bloomed like I thought they would be. And the orange slices definitely don't look like anything's happened at all. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and show the camera around. Give me a second. I got my light on. And I'm going to show you guys in the live stream what it looks like. Let's flip this camera around. All right. Okay, just give me 1 second. So we got Taffy, did all right. Orange slices did absolutely nothing. The peach rings blew up pretty big. And then we got the gummy worms. It looks weird. They didn't really do anything. And then last but not least, the sour bright crawlers that bloomed and puffed, and they look cool. So, yeah. Gonna go ahead and start recording a couple videos of. Welcome in, Courtney. Welcome in. Let me get this fan sorted too, so my phone doesn't die. Of being overheated. Because it was getting pretty warm already. All right. Fans on the phone. We're good to go. Get some gloves on real quick. Ugh. All right. I'm going to turn the phone so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. Sorry if I missed anything in the chat. I will look at the chat after I'm done with these couple videos. All right. Oh, yeah, you know we got to relieve that pressure. Oh, yeah, now let's check out this freeze-dried candy. Let's go! All right. Whoopsie. Ugh. Ah. All right. Ugh. So we can do a little test. Oh, yeah, that's plenty of room. Okay. All right, so check that out. Oh, you guys are not looking at the right thing. I hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry. You guys have been staring at the wrong thing. Ha! Whoops. So this is the freeze-dried taffy. I apologize, everyone. I should have had the camera around. I'm pulling taffy out now. Let me get it set up so I can put another pan on top. So yeah, see, orange slices, no change. I don't know. I don't know. Like no change whatsoever. That is so weird. So weird. So okay, we know that orange slices can go on the list of things that do not freeze dry. They do not bloom. Maybe there's something special that I have to do that I don't know about. I don't know. But they did nothing. The peach rings, however, blew up nice and beautiful. They're all puffy, airy, just like I knew they would be. The gummy worms look weird, so I'm not sure what the texture of those are going to be. And maybe there's some kind of trick that I don't know about with the gummy worms, because yeah, you'll see those in a second. Yeah. Check it out. No real, like, there's some change. There's a lot of air bubbles looking in there. It just does not look like I thought it would look. But we're going to see. We're going to see. God, I love these little clips that I got. They make everything so much easier. Check out the Sour Bright crawlers. These things look cool. All right. Now we'll get the camera set up here. It is already getting warm in here. We'll turn this phone up now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Welcome in, Tammy, Lisa. I'm going back through the chat now. Welcome in, Brother Days, Gabby. All right. Looks like I'm back to the beginning. All right. Let's see what I missed. A lot of them look good. But the orange slices did not do anything at all. It's so weird. Right? I need to see what's going on, because if they can be done, it says they can be done. I dried them for 27 hours. So I don't know what the trick is, because watch. Let's see if I can get to an orange slice. Ugh. The orange slice stayed exactly the same, and it's still gummy. Like, I don't understand it. It's delicious. I don't know. It's still gummy, though. So it is what it is. But all right. Ooh, it is warm today. I tell you what. Mm. Forgot what I was doing there for a second. Cool beans, cool beans. Oh, really, Dalton? 2 days of drawing to do the orange slices. Okay, maybe some to try in the future. It's way more chewy than I remember after putting it in the freeze dryer. I'll say that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move all this candy over here so I can not have it in frame for the video. Okay, here are the gummy worms. Again, they're not bloomed. Like they're still gummy in the middle. So it's kind of weird. So Brother Days, I might do something else to do the other two sections because the gummy worms didn't really work. They're crunchy, but they're still gummy in the middle. So I don't know, maybe I got to do them longer, get them hotter. I don't know. They're chewy. Yeah, they're still chewy in the middle. Okay, so we'll do something else in place of the gummy worms. And if I figure out the gummy worms, we could do gummy worms again next time. All right. The peach rings, however, work perfectly fine. GoPro, start recording. Yeah, I'm sad about the orange slices and the gummy worms. I do have something that I want to try. I have Laffy Taffies that's done, but I also have what you call it? I have Airheads that I want to try. GoPro, start recording. Oops. I'll have to edit the video or something to make it look good because I forgot I had that in the freaking frame. I'm stupid sometimes. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Okay. It is warm. Or I don't know what I'll do. I'll just reshoot it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. I'll shoot it again without anything in the frame. GoPro, start recording. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in those gummy worms. They did not work like I thought they would. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording. All right. That really does suck. But it's okay. It's okay. Right. And then I left one over to do a video for ASMR for the ASMR video of each one of the ones that worked. So we're gonna go ahead and set this up to make me super hot for a little while. Whew. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the lids on those tubs real quick. And again, Brother Days, we are going to fill those tubs up with something else that's going to work, guaranteed. All right. So far, this is what we got, Brother Days. We're going to fill them up with something else, though. We're going to get something else that works, and it's going to be awesome. All right, let's see what I'm missing in the chat. Okay, I have fruit roll-ups, so I can do fruit roll-ups. Welcome in, Tenzin. Yeah, Gabby, I got your mom's order right here. We got the milk duds, which I call edible geodes, and the ice cream, which I call cookie dough clouds for this one. Yes, this is inside of a bus. This is all inside of a big purple bus. All right, Nicole. Have a blessed day. Why is your accent posh, Tanzan? All right, let's do three more little videos of the ASMR for the camera. Okay. Actually, we're going to pop on the Wonka hat for this. I don't normally wear this hat because it's really hot, but got to pop on the Wonka hat for the video. Doing it for the YouTube, right? Doing it for the YouTube. All right, here we go. GoPro, start recording. Oh, yeah, check it out. This is after the freeze drying process of the peach rings. ASMR. They're so good. Oh, yeah. Wait to see what comes next. Okay, those peach rings are delicious. All right. 2 more videos. GoPro, start recording. Oh yeah, check out the sour crawlers after the process. ASMR. I love freeze-dried candy. Check out the Laffy Taffy. GoPro, start recording. Oh yeah, check out the Laffy Taffy. Oh, check it out. That's so much fun. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh, what should I freeze dry next? Let me know in the comments below. All right. Woo, that's hot. And now it's time to put on the cooling towels because I can't freaking stand it in here without freeze dried candy. Rag bar. It is freeze dried goodies that I make myself. Well, I mean, I freeze dry them. I don't make the candies. All right, let me go put some water in my cooling towel so I can get cooled off. And then we'll move the camera to the back and we'll play some handpan or something for a little while to round off the live stream. I'll do a blessings with everybody. And then I got to come in here later on and clean these trays. I am disappointed about these gummy worms and the orange slices not working out. Hi, Blue. What'd you find? What'd you find? You're special. All right. All righty then. One cooling towel on. Two cooling towels. And the one for my neck. Almost. Almost done, everyone. Almost done. Sorry it's taking so long. Cool beans. Now I got my cooling towels on. Yay, cooling towels. I should start cooling off. Okay, we'll take this to the back. And set up in the back. Here we go. We're going for a ride. Oh. Whoopsie. Plug the fan in. All right. It's definitely a bus, not a boat. And no, I'm not handsome. That's definitely not true. All right, let's get this set up. I think I'll be able to read the comments from here. And I'm going to get the handpan set up. We'll do a blessings and get to playing some handpan. Yes, that is right, Tanzan. I am in a big purple bus. I love my big purple bus. Probably see my big purple bus from space. Not true. Not true. Not true. All right. Do-do. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a blessings and bless everyone. Plus, it's been like 20 minutes since I did a blessing. Blessings be to you and to me. Woo. The freeze dry went all right, except for the gummy worms and the orange slices did not turn out, unfortunately. But it's okay. We're gonna freeze dry something else that does work, and I'm gonna replace that in the containers. Of course, I gotta cough a little bit. They call me iron lungs, but I can't not cough. I have to cough a little bit. I love this thing, Courtney. Like for real. Anyway. Yes, they can be super, super, super expensive, but Temu, probably the greatest discount shopping app I have ever found. Not sponsored by any means, shape, or form. I wish they were. If Temu would pay me to make these videos, it'd be awesome. But Temu has these pans for about $240. Or at least that's about how much I paid for mine. I paid about $230 for mine. But in a music store, these pans can go upwards of $3,000-$4,000. Oh yeah, I have no idea how to play this thing. No clue how to play it. I just like doing it. I could beat on this all day long. Never get tired. Minecraft. I've never even actually played Minecraft, if I'm being honest with you. Somebody tried to show me when I was in my teenage years when Minecraft first came out. Okay. They tried to show me how to build something off of a square. I was on just a square in the middle of nowhere in nothingness, and every time I did anything, I fell off that square. And I was like, dude, I give up. I'm done. I'm over this crap. I was like, I don't know how to play this crap. I'm done. I love hitting on this thing. It's so much fun. It's like you can even be like I was telling Gabby yesterday. You can be a toddler hitting around this thing and not know what you're doing, and it still sounds good. See? Actually, okay, RuneScape was fun. Did not get addicted to RuneScape. I did get addicted to what is that freaking game? Skyrim. Brain fart. Skyrim, I love. That was like being in my own world. I could do whatever I wanted, go wherever I felt like it. And now Skyrim is super out there too. I also like that Fable 3 was another one of my favorites. I like the Fable games. But Fable 3 is one of my favorite freaking games. Hell yeah, Elder Scrolls was the shit. Anyway, there's a glitch in Elder Scrolls that you can take a plate and run into a wall, and you get into a I forget what God dog it. You get into like a jeweler's room or something. You can get into his chest. It's so awesome. You just gotta run at the wall with a plate. But if you don't have the plate, you can't get through the wall. It's so freaking awesome. Anyway, I think Elder Scrolls was the one where they finally introduced dragons to us, right? I think so. Yes, we finally got to see the dragon in Elder Scrolls. Unless was there one before that? I've smoked since then. I cannot remember. But like my one of my favorites is from the not Skyrim, but the was it not Elder Scrolls? Oh freaking gone. Um, Not Skyrim. It's freaking the one I just mentioned. Fables, the Fable 3 game. Fable 3 has these little gnomes that taunt you, and they're like, "Hi, you've got a face only your mother would love, and I'm not your mum." Or they come out and go like, "Hey, if I had friends like you, I'd tell them secrets like, I'm gonna set you on fire." The insulting gnomes are the best. Okay, like I that's my favorite side quest in Fable. God damn it! I keep freaking forgetting the freaking name of the game. Fable 3. It's because there's nobody else in the room actually talking to me, telling me like what's going on. We're not actually bouncing back and forth. But yeah, like the gnomes in Fable 3 were oh my god, I peed myself a little laughing so hard at some of those gnomes. See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of the old school video games, like Mario Brothers and Super Nintendo type games. But when everything went to first person shooter, I lost interest in a lot of video games. I tried playing the Halo when that first came out, and that was okay because I guess you were shooting at aliens and stuff out of space and whatnot. But whenever they did like Call of Duty and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of the first person shooter games. The only first person shooter game I've ever liked has been GoldenEye. GoldenEye was awesome, but other than that, I'm not a big fan of the first person shooter. I'd much prefer to play Mario Kart, Mario Brothers, Mario Party, something like that. Maybe some Banjo Kazooie or some Crash Bandicoot, some Sonic the Hedgehog, maybe some Donkey Kong, old school, awesome games. But 007, awesome. I love 007. GoldenEye was the shit. But as far as like new games go, first person shooter, I am not a fan. I have people play them around me all the time, and I'm like, I'll watch you play, dude. I'm good. Because you wouldn't like me playing those games. I'm strategic. I'll camp out somewhere and just snipe your ass. And then you hate me because I'm a sniper. But if I got an awesome spot that I can hide in and I don't have to freaking move, and I'm safe, then boom. But Yes. Yes. Oh, I love the gnomes, dude. I love the gnomes. Like they're so brutal. So effing brutal. I still go back this to this day on YouTube and look up the insulting gnomes from Fable 3 just to have the memories of finding them. Because I don't have the game anymore. I can't like just go in the game and walk around till I find the gnomes. Oh, I love them. I wish I could have been the voice actor that did the voices for the gnomes. That would have been cool. You've got a face only a mother can love, and I'm not your mum. If I had friends like you, I'd tell them secrets like I'm gonna set you on fire. Or what's the one that says, "Oh, the bitch isn't that bad, and the dog doesn't look bad either." Or he says something about the bitch isn't that ugly, and the dog isn't that bad either, or something like that. I thought that, dude, I damn near peed myself laughing on the gnomes. Yes, I agree. I agree. Like Fable, Skyrim, all those games were awesome. Call me the geek, the nerd, whatever you want to call me that I am, because I like playing those kind of games. But those kind of games made smarter children, not children that pick up a gun and go, "Where's the A button? I don't see the A button anywhere. How am I going to shoot? Hold on. There's no XY on this. Where's the XY on this gun?" Yes, yes. Oh, you gotta love the gnomes, man. The gnomes are awesome. I just picture like a high British like accent, but more posh than, or I guess more of a Cockney British accent, but he's whiny, and then picture that with an, oh my god, it's just he's so annoying, he's so awesome. Oh, they taunt you too. I like the one that's hanging underneath the bridge and you can't see him unless you go under the bridge and look up. And like he got me for the longest time. I didn't know where the hell he was. I crossed that bridge, I went around the bridge, and like it taunted me so freaking bad. And then finally I found him. It took forever, but he was under the bridge and you had to crawl under and then look up, and he's like posted to the fucking bridge, just like this, like a little fucking sky like Spider-Man, sticking to the bridge, going, "Ha! Look at you! I could take your face and set it on fire!" Or scream something at you. He screams something stupid at you every time. And he's got like 12 or 13 different sayings that he'll scream at you, and it's I love the gnomes. It's so awesome. That makes me want to play freaking Fable. Yeah, back in the day, games were awesome. Now, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a good game come out in 15 years. Put it to you this way: there hasn't been a game that come out that's make me want to buy a video game console in so freaking long that all I play is my Raspberry Pi, like retro console, because it's got all the games I like. Why spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars and $60 a game for these dumb games? It's either racing or first person shooter nowadays. It makes no sense to me. I have friends that play all the old school games, and I watch them play online sometimes, and it's a lot more fun. Welcome in, Melissa. Welcome in. To get into a game of Mario Party with friends. And people still get pissed off in Mario Party, so it's not just you get pissed off at yes. I definitely agree with that. Skyrim's a great game. In the beginning, it was a little choppy. You're right. The first couple versions that came out were meh. Like I watched my cousin play the first version of Skyrim, and I didn't really get into to almost Elder Scrolls, but I watched a lot of Skyrim first. Now Fable, I loved Fable. Fable got me going like instantly. No Man's Sky. Oh, yeah, that's a different game. Hold on, is that like Skyrim? No Man's Sky? Oh, that's cool. That is actually pretty cool. I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about Skyrim still. I can barely read the chat from I'm like 3 feet away from my phone. When did that come out? Is that like in the 2015s, 2020s? Games used to be awesome. Back in the day, games were awesome. Now, I don't know. And like, our games are timeless. I could turn on the Raspberry Pi today with a kid in the room, a child could come in and play these games with me, and they would be like, "Oh, this is so much fun!" Because Mario Party was fun, and Mario Brothers fun. You know, Madden. See, I'm not a big fan of Madden. If I want to play football, I'm gonna go outside and play football. Oh, that's pretty cool. See, though, that's almost 20 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. My math is off. That's almost 10 years ago. That's 8 years ago they came out. That y'all are talking about, man. They don't make games like they used to. They just games are not fun anymore. I can remember as a kid, okay, seeing a commercial for the game coming out on TV, like the new Mario Brothers coming out, or the new freaking Sonic the Hedgehog game was coming out on Sega, and like we would lose our minds because we wanted to play those games. You know, like they looked awesome, and this was back in 8-bit. Not even that good of graphics. You know, like these were 8-bit games, but 8-bit games were amazing. No worries, Nicole. I hope you have a blessed day. Get you some rest. Right? No, you're right. They don't make anything like they used to. No, food, everything is just not as good. You ever see Doom? Doom was an awesome game. Doom was one of the first computer games that actually made me jump, okay? Because you never knew what was coming around the corner. But that's still, what, 20, 30 years ago? Doom was what, early 2000s? Or late 90s, early 2000s, maybe? I don't remember when Doom came out. Again, I've smoked since then. Could you imagine being a comedian having one of these as your punchline? Yes, that is very true. That is exactly what happens when companies go over the consumer's head and make what they want to make because it's good for marketing or whatever. I remember when games were made to make us come together to want to play together. It wasn't just playing by yourself, although you could play solo, but you could also play with two player. It was made to have a friend over and have fun. Games were awesome. Now all those first person shooter games, all it is people fucking shooting each other. Creating enemies and shit online to where people are calling in SWAT team fucking raids on their houses and stuff over a freaking video game. Now, I will admit this. We used to get mad when we played the games where you had to find each other on screen. It was split screen. We used to put cardboard up in the middle so we'd have to couldn't look at each other's screens, and we'd get upset if we looked at the other screen. But yes, for real. For real. You can't even play with somebody on their same game. You have to have your own console to be able to fucking play with them nowadays. Back in the day, there was 4 slots in the PlayStation. You could freaking plug that in, and you had an adapter that could plug in another 4 cords, so you can have up to 8 people playing Mario Party. Or that was GameCube. GameCube had up to 8 cords that you could plug in. Like people said, people could play up to 8 people in Mario Party on one console. You didn't have to spend a ton of money, and they were expensive back then too. That's hilarious. Dude, we used to hide so much stuff in the man. I remember having a Game Shark for the Super Nintendo, and we plug it in and play all those freaking awesome games that I could never beat without it because I wasn't that good without the Game Shark. Anywho, I love this thing. Again, if you guys want one, Temu, just put in handpan on Temu, and you can get one. They're not that expensive if you go on the right channels. I like to tell people I'm a poor, eccentric man. I can't afford to do everything like the big people do, that have money. But I get things on my budget. All right. Let's scoot this out of the way. And we'll do one more blessings before I go ahead and call it a day for the live. We're coming up to the hour mark, and yeah, I feel like I'm just boring everybody beating around on this little handpan. I love the handpan, but it's that's not all I have in the bus. I have tons of stuff in this bus. I have a mini claw machine in the front. I have a sand art table that I do drift art table on. I have tons of awesome things, like my laser engraver that's in the front of the bus. Oh, I hope you get a like. I hope you have a better day, Nicole. If you're ill, I hope you feel better. I wish there was something I could do to help you feel better. Um, I do have other cool things too, like my 3D printers. I've got Tibetan singing bowls. These guys, right, Chiang? I have awesome things whenever I have company over. I have people. I have this badass tea set from from China. It's made in China. Oh, but I've got these awesome teas from China, like oolong tea or red oolong tea, and then I got a couple different versions of tea balls that we can make like awesome tea if I ever have somebody over to have guests and do tea ceremonies, like traditional tea ceremonies. Bye, Lisa. Have a blessed day. I have my freeze dryer, that can make the awesome candy and ice cream and goodies. I have my guitar. I've got the doggo and the kitty. They help a lot to keep from the boredom. Isn't that right? You want a dab? Is that what it is? You want a dab? Yeah, you want your dab? Okay. Blue wants her blessings, so I gotta give Blue a blessings real quick, and then I'll give you guys a blessings. I also do really cool things like make T-shirts, and I do resin art, and I draw and paint as well. I do laser engraved tiles, laser engraved wood art. I have a lot of fun on my bus. I also like to go gold panning, and I do adventures and go on tours and stuff like that. You want your blessings? You good now? Did you get your blessings? Yeah. Yeah, you got yours? Okay. Blessings be to you and to me. I even have a dab press in the front of my bus that I could press my own dabs if I feel like it. I can make rosin. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, speaking of that, Brother Days, you're still here. I was supposed to show you that. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Oh, I can't walk. Oh, I just got up from sitting down. I'm so freaking. Ugh. All right. So that is my dab press that I can make my own rosin with. A Dynavape? No, I've never used a Dynavape. I do have a Stunning Glass Gravity Bong. If you know what that is, I have this guy right here. Ugh. It's not out right now because I had to pick it up when I was moving a while back, but I want to get it out soon and do a sesh with my Stunning Glass again. Ugh. Got my candy machine. What else? What else? What else? Tons of fun stuff in here. Oh yeah, the mini claw machine. And then, let's see, I could plug the mini claw machine in so you guys can see that. All right. Boom. So we got the mini claw machine. And I want to do a video soon with this guy. I got this cool little camera that I can catch with the claw. Put it somewhere like right there. And then let's see. Let's see if I can catch it, just to see. Well, that was dumb. Just lost 2 of the quarters that I needed. Because, you know, I'm an idiot sometimes. All right, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Don't know. Okay. Oh, well. Let me get 2 more quarters. There we go. All right. 2 more quarters. All right. Oh, we almost had it. We didn't get it. But yeah, that's my mini claw machine. We're going to do a video with that one here soon. Underneath here is my drift art sand table. And that makes amazing, intricate art with a little ball bearing in sand. You kind of can. It's not really a program. You could tell the claw if you want it to pick up every time, or if you want it to pick up like to have like all its grip on the 4th grab or the 20th grab or whatever. So like you can program it to where you make enough money before they get your prize if you want. Like I have awesome prizes in there, like the watches and the earbuds and stuff. These guys are like digital watches. See, there we go. Yeah. And they tell you all sorts of kind of stuff like your heartbeat and your stepometer and whatever. And then I got stuff like earbuds in there too that I used to put out for people to catch. And then I got random little knickknacks, you know, like the Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Sonic. And I got things like this, like shock gum, where you pull it and it gives you a little shock. Shocking. You know, cool things. I even got in here somewhere. There it is. I've got one ring to rule them all, precious. I don't know if it'll focus to see. Let's see if we can get it to focus in the light. But this is the actual ring from the movie. It's got the Elvish writing in the inside and everything. So I put that in there, right in the middle. And I just have it sitting there. And maybe there's a dork who might come by and went, precious. Yeah, no, Nicole, they definitely tell you your heart rate, blood pressure, and stuff like that. I got a bunch of them, actually. Down here, I've got a bunch of cool little, like this one's red. You know, I got a bunch of little watches, some cool little trinkets and stuff. Another white one. Wonder if there's anything in here. Nope. Yeah. And then these are blues. Like, you guys want to see Blue as a shark? She likes to wear her costumes. Oh, I'm in Colorado. I am in Colorado. Give me a second. We'll set this back up. Yeah, watch out, Blue. Let's see if you can even still fit this. You gotten chunky. You gotten chunky. You can't fit it no more, Blue. You're too chunky now. You're too chunky. You can't fit the head. You got too big. You got too big for it. You can't be a sharky no more. You're too big for it. I'm sorry. Put it up here like you're wearing it. You're too big for it. Yeah, you're too big. You can't fit it no more. You got too chunky. I'm sorry. I know you want to wear it, but you can't fit it. You can't fit it no more. I'm sorry. I guess it's a toy now. You want to play with it like a toy? Huh? Huh? Is it now a toy? It's now a toy because she can't fit it anymore. Yeah, Blue is all like upset with me. You guys don't see the look in her eyes when she turns around and looks at me and goes, "Daddy, Daddy, why won't it fit?" She loves her costumes. That means her crawfish one won't fit either. It's too small. Probably too many treats. Well, she does a lot of dabs too, so she gets the munchies just like me. Yeah. There's a lot of cool things in my bus. I deck my bus out to be amazing. Just because why not? It's home. Might as well make it amazing. Like I've got a projector up on the wall so I can watch movies up on my wall on this side. Queen size bed. Everything I need. Stand up shower, bathroom. Oh yeah, there's insulation in the walls. And in the ceiling and in the floor. uh, Actually, it was 5 batteries or 6 batteries, but I've taken those out and those are in my car now. I have a solar power in my car, and I can run a little mini fridge in the car whenever I go out door dashing if I need to. But I do have 6 200-watt solar panels on the roof that can charge a battery bank if necessary. Um, I have my Ashley wood burning stove. That's on the other side of the hand pan right now. That I burn through the wintertime. I burn through my wood pile. I have one outside as well, a giant wood pile. What's up, Mary? Oh yeah, got my recliner, so I could sit back and recline whenever I feel like it. Be comfortable, watch movies, or get stoned. Be comfortable getting stoned. My bus starts up like that within seconds of me turning the key. So like it's I love it, like there's nothing wrong with my bus. Hello from Colorado. Welcome in. Lou, you want to say hi? I didn't say you want to get high. I said you want to say hi. You want to say hi to people in YouTubes? Well, say hi. Look, they're over there on the phone. They're on the phone. See over there? Look, see? You see? See the phone? Is that YouTube's world? Huh? Are you gonna say hi to YouTubes? Huh? Say hi. Say hi. Is somebody in YouTube? Huh? Huh? Somebody there? Oh, you gonna say hi? Well, not over there. They're in the phone. Well, they're in the phone. You gotta say hi to the phone. They're, Dude, they're in the phone. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, you don't know what I'm talking about. They're in the phone. They're right there. They're right there. They're right there. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. They're there. You're special. You're freaking special. Yeah, you are. You're freaking special. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you is my special girl. Huh? Oh, what? 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 No, we just got over this. You've had too many treats. That's why you can't fit your costume anymore. You're a chunky girl. No, you can't have the treats. You've had too many. Just because you ask for them doesn't mean you get them, young lady. No, no, you're being special. I could probably put a quad in here. There's plenty of room. I mean, I got 40 feet in here. Now, if I put a quad right here, it would probably fit right here. And like, I wouldn't be able to get it out. So I don't know how much fun I would have. And I would haul ass in one place because it wouldn't go anywhere if I put the quad in here. But I'd look cool on it. You're right. I'd be like, and then I'd probably pass out from like the fumes, sitting in the bus, running the quad. Uh, oh, I've got a little ways to go. I'm still building my bus. Like I'm living in it. I've been living in it for 3.5 years, and I'm still piecing it together day in day out. Like I find things that I like. I move things around till it fits. Like my freeze dryer and my Berkey filter in the front and my deep freezer. Like I've got things in my bus that most RVs would never think about having inside of them. I've got a full-on stand-up deep freezer in my bus. I've got a full, well, not full. It's a mini fridge, but it's a full top and bottom fridge and freezer. Oh no, no, no! I could probably never finish this bus. All right, there's so many things I want to do. I want to upgrade my bathroom to be a one of these new smart Chinese toilets. So it has a heated seat and stuff. Welcome in, Speedy. Welcome in. I am in the process of getting myself an inflatable hot tub and and bubble dome to go around it. It's gonna be awesome when I finally get that sucker. Like I'm saving up right now to be able to get it because I don't make very much door dashing, but it is what it is. It's gonna cost me about $1,000 to get my hot tub and inflatable dome tent. Well, it's not inflatable. It's a dome tent that you put it together and it's got like clear glass, like freaking triangle panels, and it makes a dome that you can put like lights in it so it lights up and stuff. It looks really cool. Anyway, I'm hoping it looks as cool as it looks online when I put it out here. I actually paid about $5,000 for my school bus off of Craigslist. And then I built it into a tiny house. When I bought my school bus, it was just a shell. Just a shell. It ran and it didn't have anything in it. Now it has my entire life in it. I have probably spent 60, 70 grand over the last 3 years building this bus out the way I like it. Ha! Hell yeah. That's awesome. Put an awning for the sun. You can build yourself one, Speedy. Being handicapped is not not a reason why you can't have a school bus. That you can build one to be handicap accessible. They make amazing buses out there. I've seen them on Craigslist. You can get the ones like the city sells, and it has the wheelchair ramp and everything to get up on the bus. And then once you got the wheelchair ramp to get in the bus, everything else is just easy. You put yourself in there, one of those awesome walk-in tubs, so you can have a shower with a walk-in seat, a bench. You get yourself a nice toilet in there, build yourself a little bathroom that you can like maneuver your wheelchair into, you know, if you have to use a wheelchair. I'm assuming you're using a wheelchair. If not, like, I mean, there's so many ways you could build a bus to be handicap accessible. Like I myself have thought about it. I wanted to build buses for people, outside of building my own. I thought it'd be really cool to do this for a living, but no one really has the money to either start the project or pay someone else to do the project. And everyone that I've ever talked to, they told me they were interested in building a bus. They always just had excuses of why they couldn't do it, why they couldn't start, why they were tied down or something. Yeah, no worry. No, that's what I'm saying. You could definitely make yourself a wheelchair accessible bus. You could literally put everything coming off the walls to where it folds down when you need it. And because you're in a wheelchair, you don't have to worry about up here really. So you can use all this as like space for storage and whatnot, that you can put stuff that you can reach or whatever. Yeah, sure. Ugh. Nope, I don't have OnlyFans. Sorry, I don't do that kind of stuff. I have a YouTube. All right. Oh, oh, sorry. Getting up from sitting down. I am not very good at walking after sitting down for a little while. So, starting up here is my art studio. This is my front door where you walk in, and then I have art supplies, paints, and stuff like that up in here in these boxes. This is part of my t-shirt machine where I make t-shirts. I have my airbrushing studio set up on the wall to where I can airbrush whenever I want. Right here. And this has a motor in it that sucks any fumes out and pushes them outside. Up in here is my laser engraver that I can do laser engraved tiles or whatever, and I have fun with that. In here is my kitchen. This is my cabinet and where I keep my dishes most of the time. There is my dehydrator, which is different from a freeze dryer. Completely different. I have my coffee pots back there, spice rack. I've got boxes set up because I'm about to do fun mail packages coming up soon, so that's why there's boxes in here right now. There's my sink, my 3 burner stove with oven. Right there. I've got a griddle stove right there, flat top griddle, Blackstone. I've got an electric oven. I've got my freeze dryer, which again is completely different than a dehydrator. This will take about 80% of the moisture out. This will take 99% of the moisture out. There's my stand-up freezer. Back around there is my composting toilet and stand-up shower. Back through there. Woo. Over my GoPro. Here's my setup for recording and stuff, obviously. There's my fridge, Blue Dream. There's my candy machine, mini claw machine, and clothes dresser that I use sometimes. A lot of times I fish my clothes out of the basket because I'm lazy. And through here, I have my Bob Marley poster, my one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater poster, painting, not poster, he's a painting. And then here's my bedroom, where I have my air condition, my little dab station set up, my projector on the wall. There's my recliner that Blue Dream is so conveniently using. There's my handpan, my Ashley stove that I'd be using in the wintertime. There's Blue Dream's kennel when she's a bad girl. She goes in there. Up here, I have my memorial spot for my bandito. I miss my little bandito. I have a bunch of different incense and stuff that I can burn for him from Asia. Those are amazing wood incense. They smell phenomenal. Um, Through here, I got bongs and pipes and stuff. There's my asshole merit badge because I am a very big asshole. There's a little storage table where I do my dabs. There's my bedroom backside where I sleep. There's Kush Kitty's kitten tree in his food area where he gets food and goes potty. I've got 3D printers back there in the back from Anycubic liquid resin 3D printers and a Cricut machine back there that makes t-shirts. Underneath the bed, I got tons of storage. There's my guitar. And then I've got more storage underneath the bus that has even more things. Here's one of the tiles that I've laser engraved. I call this Snoop Dobby Dob. And I hope to one day give this to Snoop Dogg personally when I smoke with him. Appreciate that, Speedy. I lost Bandit a few years back. I had him for 13 years. So he was a huge, huge, huge part of my life. Um, he was amazing. He was a lover, not a fighter. He freaked everybody out because he was a Chihuahua, but he didn't bark at people. He didn't bite. He would let anyone hold him. Anyone could pet him. He would go up to the biggest dogs you could think of, and he was all of 2.5 pounds soaking wet. He was so tiny, like so tiny. But he was probably a third the size of Blue, maybe a fourth the size of Blue. Blue's really big compared to my Bandit. He was really really small. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss as well. I lost my dad last year around Thanksgiving actually Thanksgiving Day. That's uh that's how I spent my Thanksgiving, crying about my dad that I didn't get along with when I was a kid. But it still hit me hard. You know, he tortured me when I was a kid with freaking rap music and stuff and made me, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. The stuff that they did to me when I was a kid doesn't matter. Welcome in, Zach. I didn't get along with my parents as a child. I didn't really get along with them as an adult. I recently cut ties with the rest of my family too because I was the black sheep. And nobody from my family reached out to me in over 7 years. So I said, screw it. I changed my number. They don't need me. I don't need them. I got a YouTube family. It's growing daily. I think I'm up to 730 people now that subscribe to me. So that's cool. Yay. Uh, one day we'll get there. Uh, I know, Brother Days. Trust me, I know. Like I said, I got my YouTube family. Other than that, I've got nothing. I got you guys. I got Blue Dream and I got Kush. But YouTube is about it. That's about it for me. I got one or two people outside of YouTube that I actually talk to. Not very many. Not very many. But yeah, no, I'm definitely inside of a bus. And hold on. I'll show you the outside of the bus too. For you, Speedy, we would have to do something like a wheelchair ramp for like wheelchair accessible to pull you in. So it'd be a little bit different than my bus. You'd probably have a door in the back where the wheelchair ramp would come out and pick you up, just like they do in the city buses. Oh yeah, and this is my it's always 420 somewhere flag. Let me show you that. It's always 420 somewhere. That's my 420 flag. Hey, look, my ducky. All right. Ooh, it's bright out here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see anything, but this is the outside of my bus. It's really bright out here. I cannot see the chat, so I apologize to anyone in the chat if I miss you guys. There's Sonic the Dash car. Haven't set up my wood pile yet. There's my stand for it down there. But there, as you can see, are my solar panels on the top of the bus. You can see my stove. There's the bedroom in the back. But yeah, so for you, Speedy, we'd probably have like around where my stove is at. The stove would be moved, and you would probably have an access door about right there that would have like a wheelchair ramp that would pick you up and pull you into the bus. All right. Yeah, that's where I sit and drive back into there. All this moves out and that folds up into the ceiling so that I can drive the bus going down the road. All right, I can see Chad again. We're back inside. All right. Oh yeah, I love going out and hanging out in the Colorado mountains. We got some awesome mountains out here, like awesome freaking mountains to go chill at. Everyone loves my door. I didn't want the bus. I had the original bus door, okay? It had the original one whenever I got it. And I worked with the guy that sold the bus to me to install that door properly. Because I was like, yo, I want a real door. And then I ended up throwing away the original bus. The original bus door was heavy, man. It was all iron and glass, and it was freaking heavy. That's pretty cool, Speedy. What part of California you in? Oh, I'm in Lyman, Colorado, which is about an hour east of Denver, I think. Something like that. Riverside. Nice. I've only been to California once, and I went up to Humboldt back in 2015. I went to Humboldt, California. It's actually how I got in trouble. Okay, funny thing, all right. Several years back in 2015, almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. You know, I lost my grandma. Okay, it's extremely sad time for me. My grandma raised me, and she passed, and I lost my mind. I literally didn't care what happened to me. I didn't care. I have been abroad. I have. I went to Amsterdam when I was 21. I've got actually a 4 video part story on my page about my trip to Amsterdam and my awesome trip that I took while I was there. um, but anyway, back to my little how I got in trouble story. 2015, when I lost my grandma, I lost my mind. I actually didn't care what happened to me. I drove from Dallas, Texas, to Humboldt, California, because I knew a guy that grew weed, and he told me he would sell me a pound for $500. And at the time, I was paying $500 an ounce back in Texas. And I told him, I said, dude, I got fucking $5,000. I'll take 10 pounds. This is my life savings, you know? Like, I'll take 10 of them, and I'm going to sit on that and smoke like Cheech and Chong for a year, maybe, you know? That's enough weed for me to smoke for a year. And I laughed, you know, and I drove from Dallas, Texas to Humboldt, California. I rented a car and drove. Got to Humboldt, California, spent 2 days out there, met some really cool people, smoked a lot of weed. A lot. I have pictures from back in the day with me with a giant garbage bag. And I'm talking about one of those black, hefty bags full of weed. Welcome in, Benny. Welcome in. I I remember putting my face into it and going like, oh my God, I just want to live in this bag. And then I smoked a bunch of weed. He sold me 10 pounds for $5,000. It was the cheapest weed I had ever bought in my entire life. And Speedy, if you're a channel member, or not channel member, but a friend of the channel for a couple months, you can become a moderator. It takes a little while for me. I have to know somebody, and I have to, like, it's no offense to you, nothing personal. My moderators are friends that I have made on YouTube, and they have been following my channel, and they've become more like family to me than just a friend. Okay. And I do make moderators. It's just I have to make sure that people aren't trolls. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to make sure that whoever's my moderator in my room is somebody that I either talk to outside of YouTube or have met already outside of YouTube. It's nothing personal. Again, you can become a moderator if you become one of my YouTube friends. You know, you start hanging around the channel and becoming seen more. Then you're very possible for you to become a moderator. But hey, I believe you. I believe you, Speedy. Like, I'm not saying you are a troll. You haven't given me any signs to think you are. Okay. I'm very cautious about who I make moderators on my channel, and it takes several months of them being a part of the channel and being around, talking to me, you know, hanging out, and me getting to know them before I'll make them a moderator. Oh yeah, like, again, come on in and hang out as much as you want, and that's how I get to know people more, and that's how I choose my moderators. You know, when they become friends, they become a moderator. For real. For real. Except in my room, my moderators reign supreme. Because the minute somebody starts trying to troll, they get kicked out without even questioning it. It doesn't matter. If they start to troll, they're gone. We're all about good vibes and having fun. I'd rather have only 4 people in the room and have a good time than have 20 people in the room and like 16 of them be like trolls. saying stupid crap in the chat, trying to get me to say something stupid, trying to get me to say something that might get me canceled or whatever, because I am. What I'm going to do when they come for me, I'm going to spark up a dab and smoke and wait and just let them handcuff me because I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong, so if they're coming to handcuff me, I'm going to get really high before I go to jail. But yeah, no, like I am on the autism spectrum. Like I do have autism, and I kind of say whatever I read a lot of times, and it's really hard for me because I have no filter. So I learned really fast that I can't just go off and start reading the chat and let whoever wants to say whatever say it, because I will say something that I'm not supposed to say, or something that sounds insensitive or racial, even, because I've had people come in here and ask me to do shout outs for Nick and then something else, like they make it look like a real name, and then boom, you say it out loud and you're like, oh, that's messed up. Blessings be to you and to me. For real, I miss the old days when I used to actually have friends that I hang out with in real life, but it doesn't really happen very often anymore. Oh yeah. Well, Ahmed, for real, okay, if you watch my other lives from a while back, I don't really get that zonked. I can drink a whole edible and still be like good to walk and be all right. 2 Xanny bars. That's hilarious, days. Back in the day, I used to be big into pills, if I'm not gonna lie. There was a time when I was a teenager and alcohol and pills they ran my life. They had me by the cojones, nice and tight, firm grip, and they told me what to do, where to go, and who to do it with, and where to go with. And if the alcohol and the pills didn't tell me to do it, I wasn't doing it. But now I'm going on 17 years sober from alcohol. So, woo, Oh yeah, dude, I smoke way more than a bowl. I again, you can watch some of my previous lives and you'll see what I can do marijuana wise. I don't want to sit here and just start bragging about myself, but I am an iron lung. I can okay, again, if I start sitting here talking about what I can smoke, it's gonna sound like I'm bragging, because I can smoke a lot. Like 3 doesn't count. Like iron lungs isn't even like I have people call me iron lungs because of how many dabs I do in a day. Yeah, 3 at one time, and then load up another 3, and then another 3, and then another 3, and then another 3. I I honestly don't know how much it would take to get me absolutely faded. The other day on live, I drank 2,000 milligrams of THC, and I was on live for almost 10 hours. Didn't even get faded. Not even a little faded. Like I barely got high. Same thing with smoking. Like I opened this gram. I kid you not. Right before I came on live, and I've got about half a gram left. So I smoked about half a gram a dab in about an hour and 40 minutes. Right, Nicole? It was fun. It was fun, but I'm just saying I didn't really get that high. Like I wasn't faded or anything. I wasn't like, oh, you guys. No, I played the handpan. I played guitar. I had to get off alive a couple times to go use the bathroom or whatever, get something to eat, come back on, and like Like, I had somebody tell me I was going to be asleep within an hour of drinking it, and like 9 hours later, I wrote a song about how I blew that hour off. Oh, I was definitely feeling good, okay, but I wasn't faded. There's a huge difference. I like Bob Marley. I got a poster of Bob Marley on my wall. I love his morals. I love his music. He's a great artist. I wish he was still around. I heard his son is just like him. Well, yeah, but Nicole, okay, when YouTube tells me that there's nobody watching, there's zero people in the room, what am I supposed to think? I gotta act like somebody's watching anyway, right? I bet. uh, I write my best songs whenever I'm high. The only problem is I can't remember them afterwards. So like the next time I go to write a song, it sounds almost identical because it probably is. Like I want to do that again. I want to. I was told that I can go to the dispensary on Mondays, and their edibles are 25% off if I go on Monday. So, if I can save some money, I'm gonna go get me some edibles. They got 1,000 milligram candy bars. So I'm thinking about getting two of those and eating two of those on camera. I really enjoyed doing that. That was fun. It actually was a lot of fun. I do have to remember, on the other hand, how to eat beforehand so that it doesn't mess with my stomach as much. Because last time I didn't have any food in my stomach. I didn't eat before I went live. And well, yes, I do have the equipment to make my own. That's not the point, though. Just because I can make my own edible doesn't mean it's going to look good on camera. Like I can't prove to you guys. Okay, how do I say? The way I feel about it, if I get an edible from the dispensary and it says the amount of THC that goes in there, then you guys can see what I drink, what I eat, how much goes in, and how it affects me. If I make it myself, I can tell you there's 2,000 milligrams of THC in there all day long. Is there really? Who knows? There might be 4,000 milligrams. I don't know. I make some potent edibles, but I don't know what's going in there. I don't measure it. When I make it at home, what I do is I take an ounce of weed and I put it into my herbal butter infuser, and then I put 2 sticks of butter in the bottom of that sucker, and I infuse 2 sticks of butter with an ounce of weed, and then I run it through twice, and then I come up and I take 1 stick of that butter and I make a batch of Rice Krispie treats, and then I take the second stick of that butter and I make a freaking batch of fudge or something of that nature, you know. And then I have 2 giant batches of edibles, and they people up because they're potent as shit. But there's no dosages. There's no like I can't tell you there's 1,000 milligrams right here. I can't tell you here's 2,000 milligrams or 3,000 milligrams. I can tell you here's a half ounce of weed put into a stick of butter, put into a pan of Rice Krispie treats, and I ate the whole pan. And then I got diabetes because I ate a whole pan of Rice Krispie treats. But oh, maple bacon fudge would be amazing. Right though, right, Days. There is no dosage. It's like I don't know what like. Yeah, 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. So it's 1 full gram of THC and then 2 full grams of THC. The recommended dosage here in Colorado is 10 milligrams, not 100, not 50, 10. So I'm taking 100 times and then I double it. So I take 200 times the recommended dosage here in Colorado and I barely feel it. Again, I don't get faded anymore. I don't get faded anymore. I eat and smoke so much that it's not even funny. Well, technically speaking, Ahmed, 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. That's the literal measurement. 1,000 milligrams is 1 full gram of whatever unit of whatever you're doing. Yep. See that's yeah. Can't have children in here. Yeah, one gram is literal 1,000 milligrams. But 1 gram of bud won't give you 1,000 milligrams of THC. That is correct. It takes a lot more than just 1 gram of bud to get 1,000 milligrams of THC. Yeah, like a liter of fluid. It takes, yeah, like to make that one little bottle of THC syrup that I drank the other night, wherever it's at, I don't know. I probably threw away the bottle. To make that one 2,000 milligram bottle. Yeah, when I read that too, Nicole, that made me laugh. Can I get a liter of cola? A liter of cola. I freaking love Super Troopers, man. All right, we go get some water. I'll be right back. Ugh. Oh, it's so hard to walk whenever I stand up like that. Farva, can I get a liter of cola? Again, they don't make movies like they used to. Back in the day, the schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Candy bar. I love that movie. He's already pulled over, man. He can't pull over any further. Ugh. 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 Okay, what did I miss? Do. Officer Farva. See, I don't do the tolerance breaks. They don't make sense to me. Yeah, that sucks. You can't smoke it. And like you can do hash, though, right? Yeah, you can do hash. You boys like Mexico? Nice, nice. See, I liked when I went to Amsterdam. They had everything. They had hash. They had weed. It was amazing. I loved Amsterdam. It was so much of a fun time. I wish I could go back to Amsterdam. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. See, we've almost made it to 2 hours. We only got a couple more minutes. That means there's time for more blessings. I might roll a joint. Nah, I don't want to smoke a joint right now. I'll do some dabs. What's up, Spiky? Yes, yes, definitely must be 18 years old to be here. I don't know how people get in. I set their room to be 18 and up. Well, yeah, man. For real. Okay, look. I was 21. Okay. I've been smoking for 3 years now at the time. I was really, really big into it. Really big into smoking. When I was younger, I had pictures of me holding up QPs like this because I thought I was a big baller. I was holding up all that big weed. I would buy it by the QP and I would smoke and smoke and smoke. Welcome back, Lisa. Welcome back. And I like my cousin and myself rolled a half an ounce into one joint one time, and we thought we were kings. We had a joint that was that big around and about that long. It was longer than a Bic lighter. Okay, it was longer than a Bic lighter and about as thick as a Bic. You know, thick as a Bic and longer than a Bic. I'm massive, massive doobie, and we used to get really faded. I didn't start till I was 19. Okay, I was 19 years old when I started smoking. Circumstances led to me being on the other side of the law, and I was like, you know what? Let's go. I don't know what RD2 is. Oh yeah, no. Since then days, I've smoked tons, tons of doobies. Oh my god, half ounce doobies. Oh, dude, I've smoked Canagars. Okay, I felt like a king. I had a half ounce Canagar. It had a tied stick pack hole down the middle. It was wrapped in 24 karat gold and rose petals. I was the godfather. It was called The Godfather, and I was the Godfather when I smoked it. It was awesome. So I have had amazing doobies since then. I now have a Canagar press. I can roll my own Canagars with my Rosebud Canagar press, wherever it's at. Look, tons of papers. Look. I smoke so much. I buy papers by the freaking case. All right. This is my second case this year of papers. I also have bags and bags of flavored papers. These are cherry. I've got chocolate and blueberry down there. There's some more right there. I've got tons of shit in here. I've got cool bongs. I call this one the Kraken because it's got the octopus tentacles in the bottom and the octopus percolator. Red Dead Redemption 2. That's funny. Yeah, I know. I don't do the spliffs, okay? When I went to Amsterdam, there were what they call fillers on the table, and it wasn't quite tobacco. It was just some kind of herb that you could fill your joint with to make your joint bigger. So you didn't have to smoke as much weed. But I just said, screw it. I had $6,000 when I went because a drunk driver hit me head on. I was going to work one night when I was 21. Yeah, that's what I was getting to the story for the Amsterdam story. I was going to work one night. I was 21 years old. I was working at a casino in Galliano, Louisiana. It was a video poker casino. And I was on the way to work. I smoked the joint before leaving home. So I was pretty mellow. I was feeling good. And yeah, I saw headlights in my lane that I was driving in, And I was like, no, that's no way that's in my lane. And before I could even blink, think, or, turn or anything, this dude hit me head on. Bow! Just boom! Knocked my lights out. I didn't know where I was, what was going on. I woke up on a stretcher with a cop shining a light in my eyes, asking me if I was on drugs or alcohol and this and that. And I was like, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Oh God, no, what's going on? Like my engine to my truck was sitting in my passenger seat. So yeah, I lucked out that night. I definitely could have been not right, right. Ugh. Ugh. Hold on, I missed something. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I definitely want it all to be weed. Trust me, it's in Amsterdam. Okay, it made sense. I was 21 whenever I got there. It made perfect sense. They had little bowls of it on the table, and it looked like an ashtray, but it was full of like this fluff of like herb or whatever you could smoke with us. But yeah, back to the story. I wake up on the stretcher, with the cop shining a light in my eyes, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, "What the fuck's going on, dude? I got to get to work. What's going on? Where am I at?" And then they bring me to the hospital. They charged me $32,000 for an ambulance ride that took all of 2 blocks because I got hit right behind the hospital. I was about 2 blocks away from the hospital, and the ambulance ride took me roughly about 2 blocks to the hospital, and they charged me $32,000 for it. And I refused to pay it. Ended up having bad credit for a while because I didn't pay that bill. I didn't care. I really didn't care. Because I was like, dude, y'all could have let me walk to the hospital for that kind of fucking money. I would have walked 2 blocks with a hurt back and like everything fucked up. I don't care for $32,000. But besides the point, they gave me pain pills and muscle relaxers, told me that I just had whiplash and to go home. I'm in Lyman, Colorado, Lisa, about an hour east of Denver. Um, After they gave me that, they told me to go home. My cousin came, picked me up, and I contacted a lawyer because I didn't know what to do. Like I was like, I don't know what's going on, I got no truck anymore. I got no job, lost my job because I couldn't get to work. And yeah, I lawyer got me, it was $7,500. They said that was all that my truck was worth and that I was worth was $7,500. And I was young and stupid and was like, yeah, dude, I'll take $7,500. I need a vacation. I was dumb. I should have like really sued the shit out of that guy and got like paid because he was drunk as a skunk when he hit me. Nice. Pueblo is not that far. Pueblo is about 4 hours from where I'm at. Adeline. Downtown Greeley is also probably about 3 hours or 2.5 hours from where I'm at. I used to live in Greeley when I first moved to Colorado. Anyway, back to the story. So, while waiting for the settlement to clear and everything, What about behind me? I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff behind me. There's a dog behind me. Anyway, yeah, back to the story. While waiting for the settlement to clear the bank, I started going on the internet and I found the place I wanted to go. Amsterdam seemed like the perfect place on earth at the time because weed was not legal in Louisiana. weed was legal in Amsterdam. And I started learning Dutch so that I could welcome in from Colorado. Thanks for joining in from Ireland. I I started learning Dutch so that I can know somewhat of the language whenever I went there. And now I still remember how to say um I know how to say I would like a ham sandwich or I would like a glass of wine or a glass of beer. I don't even drink alcohol anymore, so it doesn't do me any good. But like it's very it's very throaty whenever you got to talk in Dutch. It's awesome. I love the language. I don't speak much of it anymore. I remember a few key words here and there, but like if you want to say I would like a ham sandwich, it's ik zou graag het sandwich met ham. I love it. If you want a welcome in, welcome in. If you want, let's say, a glass of water, ik zou graag het water. Or nice, nice. Or like a bottle of wine, would be, or a bottle of water for that matter. Because now I would be ordering a bottle of water. I wouldn't be ordering a bottle of wine. But it's ik zou graag een fles wijn if you want wine, or een fles water if you want water. I freaking love the language. It's so much fun. Right, Nicole? I only remember the bad parts, the parts that get me in trouble. Um, ugh. Odin, answer the door. Oh, okay. Well, give me a second. I'll be right back. Ugh. Ugh. Making a candy sale. Ugh. There you are. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope she enjoys it.
I was like, oh shit, he's still. I go like, oh fuck, he's still alive.
Yeah,
I even took a shower.
One of my mods told me to answer the door. I was like,
I
answer the
was
door.
outside.
I was like,
That's why
answer
I
the
said
door.
answer the
Okay.
door. So,
Yeah. All right.
we got you going.
Yeah. Cool beans. Later. I sold some candy. All right, I'm back, everybody. Yeah, back to the story. Um, the minute the money cleared the bank, I knew enough of Dutch that I was confident enough to go and make a fool of myself. Welcome in, Scratch and Sip. Welcome in. I the minute the money cleared the bank, I called my mom and I told her, because I didn't have a truck at the time. I just lost my truck to the drunk driver. So I called her up and I said, "Look, come pick me up and bring me to the airport." I was irritated. I don't really like my parents that much, so I didn't want to have to call them, but I called because I was the only person I could call. So I called her and I told her to come pick me up and bring me to the airport. She says, "Where are you going?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Just come pick me up and bring me to the airport." So she came, she picked me up. I had all my bags packed. She drove me to the airport in Lafayette, Louisiana. And I walked up to the little, whatever you call it, desk where you get your ticket purchase, whatever. And there was a little lady working the desk, and I was like, "Ma'am, I want the next flight to Schiphol, Amsterdam." And she goes, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Ma'am, I didn't stutter. I want the next flight to Schiphol, Amsterdam. Please and thank you." I was a bit cocky when I was a teenager, and I also had $7,500 in my pocket. So I was a little cocky at the time. You know, I felt like I was a big baller. I had all the money. So I took that $7,500 and I went to the airport and said I want the next flight out to Schiphol, Amsterdam. And she's like, okay, that'll be $2,252. And I will always remember that total because it was like a mirror, 2252. I love it. Love it. It helps my OCD. But it was the most I've ever paid for anything in my life. Okay. I spent $2,500, 2552 on one plane ticket, one way. I didn't want to come back. So I bought the ticket and I go to the TA place to go. I want to check my bags in. I was ready to leave right there. The plane didn't leave for 5 hours. I was ready to go, man. I was ready to get the heck out of here. I wanted to go. I didn't want to stay. I did not want to be in the States any longer. I was done. I was so done. So I'm sitting there in the TA line and TSA, whatever you want to call it, the Traffic Safety Association, whatever they're called, the TSA. They're waiting to check my bags and stuff. All right, have a great day. Blessings be to you and me. Hope you have a blessed day. um. So anyway, I'm sitting there in the line for TSA waiting to check my bags in because I was ready to go. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The flight didn't leave till like 6 p.m. Or no. It was 12:30 and the flight didn't leave till 6:30. So it was like 5.5 hours or some shit, before I had to board the flight. Welcome in, Randy Days. And I get up to the lane and I'm checking my bag in, and there's this little old black lady working the TSA, and she was so sweet. She was so cool. But she messed with me. She started like giving me all these like she started messing with me like acting like I was being like, it was funny. The way she's like, so where you going, child? And I said, I'm going to Amsterdam, man. She goes, ooh, that's far. You got yourself some snacks? And I said, no, ma'am, I didn't pack any snacks. I bought the ticket just now. She goes, well, child, you better go home and get yourself some snacks. It's a 10.5 hour flight. You're going to be hungry on that plane. And I was like, you're very true. You're very right. I'm going to get hungry on the plane, so I'll be back. I'll go get some snacks. And I left from the airport after checking my bags in. Like I finished checking my bags in, and she started pulling stuff out of my bag too while we were there. She started pulling things out like Bic lighters and like not Bic lighters, Zippo lighters and lighter fluid and stuff like that because I had all my stuff with me. I didn't know what I could bring or couldn't bring. I was young and stupid. And she's going, you can't have this. You can't have this. You can't have this. I was like, okay, no worries. Just give it all to her. She can take it home with her. I don't care. I pointed to my mom. She was standing behind me. And, oh yeah, 10.5 hour flight. It was amazing. But anyway, as I'm giving this stuff to my mom to take the whatever I couldn't have, the little black lady goes, resisting. Like she's like messing with me super hard. It's so funny. I'm laughing. She's laughing. We're all having a good time. I leave from the airport. I go to the store. I pick up candy, brownies, cookies, you name it. I pick everything up, like malted milk balls. I got M&Ms. I got Reese's Pieces. I got the whole 9 yards. Okay. And then I go back to my mom's house and I give my dad $100. And I say, hey, go pick me up some weed real quick. And he went to his guy. He picked me up an ounce of weed and he comes back and he gives me an ounce. And I take that ounce and I made pot brownies at my mom's house right there really fucking fast. And I made 3 massive pot brownies for myself. And I took those and I wrapped them in cellophane. And I put them on top of this big old gallon-sized bag full of goodies. And I had everything in there from Reese's Pieces to Reese's peanut butter cups to Snickers to malted milk balls, Rice Krispie treats, other brownies, and I had my 3 brownies on top. Big old massive pot brownies. So I go back to the airport, and now it's about an hour before I gotta leave. You know, an hour before the flight leaves, and I'm walking in. And I look up, and there's the same little old black lady working the TSA line. And I got excited. I was like, all right, here we go. So I walk up with my bag, and it's the only thing I got. It's just this big old bag full of freaking awesome things, like, and my pot brownies. And now I'm kind of, my booty's going clenching because I got pot brownies walking up to TSA going, I'm about to go and fly with pot. It was awesome. This little black lady grabs my bag, never even opens it. She goes, ooh, honey child, you got all them good snacks. You listened to me. You took my advice. Look at you. Look at you. And she goes, good job, child. Good job. And she just passes it right along. And I go, yay. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got all the good snacks. You told me to pack snacks. So I packed the good snacks. And then I go up past the line, and I'm like, I got my bag of fucking goodies. I got my carry-on bag, and I put my goodies in my carry-on bag, and I was like, I'm going to Amsterdam. And then, yeah, it started off an amazing trip. First flight was from Lafayette, Louisiana to Houston, Texas. I flew in this little bitty jet. It was about the size of my bus, literally about the size of my bus. And we flew from Lafayette to Houston, Texas. Got to Houston, and then we got to the big 747 Boeing jet. It was big. First time I ever flew in a big jet. It was freaking awesome. Such a great feeling. I had a 30-minute layover in Houston, and then we boarded the plane, and I sat down, and I took out my snacks, and I got ready because it was a 10.5-hour flight from Houston to Amsterdam, to Schiphol, Amsterdam. So I bust out my snacks, and I set everything up on the table, and then I order myself a Jack and Coke because I still drank back then. And the little flight attendant come by. She gives me a Jack and Coke, charged me like I want to say it was like $16 for a Jack and Coke on the flight, and I paid it because I didn't care. So I'm sitting there. I got my Jack and Coke. I got my little bag of pretzels. Just a little bag of pretzels. And I sat there, and I had my 3 pot brownies, and I took a picture. Click. And we were about to take off. This is before I had to turn my phone off. I was on the Wi-Fi of the phone on my my laptop. I was on my laptop because I didn't have we didn't have computer phones back then. I had a Razr flip phone that ended up getting shut off before I could get to Amsterdam because it wasn't international calling. But I had my laptop on the Wi-Fi of the plane. The plane did have Wi-Fi. That was really awesome. So I post a picture to my Facebook wall, or no, it was MySpace back then. It wasn't Facebook yet. It was MySpace. I post a picture to my MySpace wall, and I said, I don't know about the Mile High Club, but I'm about to join the really high club. And I ate all 3 of those brownies. I drank the Jack and Coke, and let me tell you, when it kicked in, it kicked in. I was so freaking high that I was pressing that little button for the flight attendant going, boom, can I get some milk? I need some milk. I just need some milk, please. Can I just get some milk? And I swear to God, I did that exact voice. I was like, yeah, I just need some milk. I just want some milk. And this little flight attendant was so embarrassed. Then I was faded. Back then I was faded. All right. She brings me over this tiny little glass of milk. And I'm sitting there. I'm as big as I am, okay? And I go, can I get more? And she brings me back a full glass of it. I sit there, and I'm sitting there like this, and I go, and I'm scrolling through the movies that's on the back of my TV. Like, they got a TV on the back of the chair, and I'm scrolling through the movies and going, ooh, Kung Fu Panda. And I watched Kung Fu Panda on repeat for 10 and a half hours. I was so stoned that it was good every single time. I didn't sleep. I was too excited to sleep. And I remember I got my food on the plane. I ate and I started to sober up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we got to Schiphol, Amsterdam. I remember flying over the, what was it? Was it the Atlantic Ocean at night? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We flew over New York, and when we flew over New York, it was nighttime, and it was stunning to see all the lights of New York City. Like it was amazing. Everything was clear, so I got to see everything. That was pretty cool. We finally made it to Amsterdam. I get off the plane. I get all my bags, and then I had about $20 left. Oh, I had a window seat. I definitely had a window seat. Beauty of it was there was nobody in the seat on the side of me. So I had a window seat and an aisle seat if I wanted it. But there was nobody for the whole flight. I got to like stretch out if I wanted. It was awesome. I actually loved my very first flying experience. That was I had such a fun time. But we got to Amsterdam. I took my bags. I was by myself. I had about $20 left to my name, American. I changed it in for euros. It came out to about €9 and 50 cents, which blew my mind. Okay. I bought a bag of chips and a bottle of water. That's all I wanted. I wanted a bottle of water and a bag of chips. And then I had about €3. No, I had €4 and like 50 cents left over after buying a bottle of water and a bag of chips. I bought a train ticket from the airport to Amsterdam Square, the very center of Amsterdam. That was €3 and 23 cents or 24 cents or something. And then I had about €1 and a little over €1, maybe like a 5 cent euro piece left over. I used that €1 to call my mom and tell her that I made it to Amsterdam and that my phone didn't work, and I would call her as soon as I got a new phone. And then I hung up the phone, and I was like, I'm in a new country. Let's have some fun. It was about 10:30 in the morning, Amsterdam time. I was wide awake and bushy-tailed because I just got there and I was like super excited. I had 3 big bags and a backpack with me, and I was carrying it all around. I took the train to Amsterdam Square, got off in Amsterdam Square, and reveled. When I got out in Amsterdam Square, oh my God, it was amazing. The palace, their royal palace, is right there on the square. So the first thing I saw when I got off the train was the Royal Palace in Amsterdam, and it blew my mind. And then they got this giant statue of like this obelisk type statue, and there's like naked dudes all over the statue and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it's legit nudity in public, and they did not care. Welcome back, Randy Days. Welcome back. On the other side of that statue is this giant statue of like a lion, and it's majestic looking, and you're like, wow, that's cool as shit. And then I took off walking, and I just started looking at all the museums and the beautiful the architecture of Amsterdam is just out of this world. They make these houses to be about the size of my bus, okay? But they go up 4 or 5 stories tall, and at the top of the house there's this little like lever or bar sticking out of the house that they used to hoist up like furniture or anything big. It gets hoisted up through the windows into the houses. That's how narrow these houses are, but they're long and they're tall, and they build them up all throughout these like columns. And then there's alleyways of water, like canals, that go everywhere. It's just tons and tons of canals all over the place. People riding bicycles. The people were friendly, okay? They did not like Americans, So when I was there, I did speak with a British accent. I did not want people to know that I was from the States. So I talk like this for the most part. I walked around and I was like, oh, yes, that's lovely. Hey, can I see some of that? Yeah, yes, perfect. That's awesome. And then I was like I'd go to the coffee shops. Well, okay, let me take a step back because I'm just explaining the beautiful sights that I've seen. Yes, all that came. I seen all that. It was amazing. But it got really dark really fast for me personally because I was walking around after it was about like 1:30 in the afternoon Amsterdam time. I'm still walking around the streets, and yes, I'm reveling in everything. I'm just like, this is beautiful, this is awesome, but I want to smoke. Okay, I wanted to smoke so bad because I hadn't smoked since I ate the brownies. The brownies was the only THC that I had in the last 10 and a half hours. Okay. So I was sober. I was not happy. It's longer than 10 and a half hours. It's like 20 hours, let's say. Okay. To become a mod, you have to be a friend of the channel for a couple months. And then once I know that you're not just a troll, and no offense to anyone, we had this discussion earlier. Mods are my friends outside of YouTube as well as inside of YouTube. I just have to make sure you're an actual friend of the channel versus troll. So it does take several months of you being a friend of the channel, showing up to lives, hanging out, talking, and having a good time before you can actually become a mod. All my mods are people that I talk to outside of YouTube. We communicate via email and other aspects of life. Like Brother Days and Scratching has my cell number. He texts me. Nicole, like we talk via email almost every single day outside of YouTube. Most of my mods are definitely people that become friends of mine inside and outside of YouTube. I don't know. I don't know why everybody wants to be a mod so bad. I'm not that great of a channel. But it is what it is. Again, to become a mod, you have to be a friend of the channel for several months, and I have to be very comfortable with you to know that you're not just a troll. Okay, back to what I was talking about earlier. So I'm walking around and I get to this point where I'm like, yo, I want to smoke so bad. So I go to this dispensary, but over there it's coffee shops. And it's not dispensaries, it's called a coffee shop, and you have to walk in and it's amazing. Lisa, I don't know how many. It's been a little while. You're coming up on mod status, Lisa. You're coming up on mod status. But anyway, um, so I go to this coffee shop and I go to try to use my debit card because I was told by my bank that my debit card would work anywhere in the world. And I go to use my debit card at this coffee shop to buy a gram of weed. And I try my debit card and it declines it. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's because I'm trying to buy weed. So I walk out and I go to this little convenience store and I try to buy a bottle of water and my card declines it. And I'm like, okay, whoa, not cool. So I start to use my card to try to like buy a bag of chips. My card declines it. I'm like, okay, not cool, not cool. I go to my cell phone and I realize that my cell phone does not work out of the States because I turn it on and it tells me there's no signal. And I was like, okay, okay, not cool. This is not cool. I have no money because I spent all my money on that train ticket and a bottle of water and a bag of chips and that one freaking phone call to my mom to tell her I made it to Amsterdam. So I'm sitting there and I've got no money. I've got no cell phone. I've got no weed. Sober, not happy. I'm in a foreign country. I've never been out of the country before. I've barely been out of the States before, on my own. I'm still a fresh newbie adult, 21 years old. And I start to freak out. Okay. I do the only thing that I can think sensible. I jumped back on the train because my train ticket was still valid. So I jumped back on the train and I took the train back to the airport. Welcome back, Tanzan. Welcome back. Um, I get to the airport and I'm there, and the airport for me was a familiar place at the time because the airport had security. The airport had uh, like flight people, other people walking around. So it wasn't just me on the streets of Amsterdam by myself. So I'm legit freaking out a little bit. I start looking around for euro change on the ground, like a homeless person, because at the moment I was homeless. I had nothing, nowhere to go. I knew no one, and I had no money, no phone, no nothing. So I start looking for euro change, and I'm walking around the airport, and the sun goes down, and it gets dark, and I'm still looking, and I might have found 15, maybe 20 cents, euro cents. You need at least €1 to make a call. So I get about maybe 15 or 20 euro cents walking around the airport in a couple hours that I was walking around looking around for change. And I find nothing except maybe that 15 to 20 cents. So I'm a little depressed. And I see a bench, and I sit down on this bench because I'm just exhausted. I've got no food in me, no water, no nothing. I'm just exhausted. And I'm kind of passing out a little bit, and I got one eye open, and I'm kind of sleeping, like one eye open, one eye closed situation. And I see this guy start to try to walk up to me, and I get kind of, like defensive, like I'm a big dude. I've been this size my entire life, so I was this big when I was 21. But I get a little defensive, and he walks up and he goes, "Hey, are you from the States?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm from the States." He goes, "Me too, me too." He goes, can I sit down and talk?" And I was like, I mean, it's a free bench. I don't own it, dude. You can sit down if you want. I don't have any money or anything though. He goes, "Oh no, man, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I just want to talk. I'm also from the States, man. My friends robbed me and left me here." And he starts telling me his life story, and I'm still tired, but I'm still kind of weary about him. Like I don't know if I trust him or not. And as he's talking to me, I look down and I notice he doesn't have any shoes on, and I'm from the South. I can't see somebody walking around with no shoes if I got a bag full of shoes. And I had like 6 or 7 pairs of shoes in my bag: moccasins, flip flops, sneakers, boots. Like I had my whole wardrobe with me. And I look at him, I say, what happened to your shoes, dude? Where's your shoes? He goes, "Oh, dude, for real, my roommates that I was out here with robbed me. They took my wallet, my passport, my shoes, my clothes, everything. All I got is what I got on right here. That's all that's left." And I was like, "Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sorry." He goes, "Yeah, no, it's okay, man. It's cool. I'm talking with them at the Salvation Army, and they're gonna help me get back. They're gonna help me get a flight back to the States, and they're gonna help me get shoes and stuff like that." And I was like, "Well, hold on, man, hold on." And I reach in my bag and I pull out a pair of moccasins, and it was size 14. They fit my feet, so like I had big feet. And I was like, "Hey, man, try these on. If you can fit them, you can have them." He goes, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Yeah, if you can fit them, you can have them, man. They're yours." He goes, "Oh, man, thank you so much." And he put them on. He goes, "Yeah, man, they fit great." He goes, "Has anybody smoked with you yet?" And I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm sober as hell, man. I've been here for about 12 hours now, and my debit card won't work. My cell phone doesn't work. I've had nothing." And he goes, "Well, I got this little piece," and he pulls out. I mean, this minuscule little piece of bud. It might have been one or two hits, like nothing hits. And he's like, "Come on, man, let's go smoke. I really appreciate you giving me shoes, man." And so we go up to the top of the airport, and we're sitting outside, and he pulls off this medallion pipe, and you can see these pictures of this medallion pipe in my stories. I do have pictures of this, and I think I have a video of me and him smoking a joint at some point. But anyway, he pulls out this medallion, and he turns it over, and he packs this little bitty piece of bud into the medallion pipe, He goes, "Hey man, you get green. Since you gave me shoes, man, I really appreciate it. You get greens, and I know you're sober. You need this more than I do right now." And I was like, "I appreciate you, man." And I almost cried, like for real, because it's been like 22 hours since I'd smoked last, and I was sober and in a foreign country. He showed me kindness, that I hadn't seen all day. So I hit it and I hand it to him. He hits it. He hands it back to me. I hit it again, and it gave me this urge. Like it woke me up. Like it gave me just this energy that I didn't have before. I was awake then again, and he goes, "I really appreciate you you giving me shoes, man. Uh, here, I want you to have this, man." And he gives me the medallion. And I was like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm about to go back to the States, and I'm not gonna have any use for it anyway. And like, you should have this, man." He gives me the medallion. I was like, "Oh man, that's so fucking awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much." And he gave me a grinder, and I still have the grinder actually. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the grinder. Ugh. Do do do. I don't use this grinder anymore because of where it's from. And I actually have this too from Amsterdam. Oh, memories. Oh, memories. I bought this when I was in Amsterdam, and it's all broken up now. But it looks like a Marlboro pack, but it says marijuana. And it's got a little marijuana leaf on the front of it. And it was rolling tips whenever I bought this. This was awesome. I love this. It looked like a Marlboro pack all the way around, but it says marijuana. I don't use this grinder anymore because I don't want to break it. This is the grinder that he gave me, and it's just a wooden grinder. There's nothing real special about it, but this is from Amsterdam. And I've had this now since I was 21 years old. I'm going on 37. So this is probably one of my oldest possessions. I'm still super kind of emotional about this grinder because of how I got it. Like he gave it to me out of kindness. Like I was not expecting him to give me a grinder and a medallion. So that was awesome. But yeah, with this grinder, I got another story about the grinder. After he smoked with me, he told me, he says, "I'm going to the Salvation Army in the morning. If you want, I could bring you to the Salvation Army, and they'll help you out and like give you something to eat and like let you make a phone call and get a shower and stuff like that." And I was like, "Dude, that's awesome. I'd appreciate that." So he's like, "Yeah, just come back and find me. I'll be right around this area. You just come back and find me here, and and we'll go to Salvation Army in the morning." I was like, "Cool beans, dude. Cool beans, man." And I got excited. I took my bags and I started walking around. And I started looking for Euro change again because I was awake. And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find some more Euro change. So I'm gonna call my mom and tell her to send me some money, like Western Union me money, so that I can have money because I'm broke." Well, I'm walking around, and as I'm walking around, this guy walks around the corner and he's talking on a cell phone, and he sees me looking at new benches and stuff, and he hangs up his cell phone. And he goes, "Hey, young man, can I help you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just looking for a Euro change so I could try to call my mom and tell her I got no money because my debit card doesn't want to work." And he goes, "Well, do you want to use my cell phone? You can use my cell phone if you like. Just don't go run off with it." And I was like, "You serious? No, for real, dude. I'd love to. You don't mind us calling the States, United States?" He goes, "No, it's not a problem. I got international calling. It's not a problem." So he gives me the phone, and I'm right in front of him. I called my mom, and she answers the phone. Like, luckily she answered because it was like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the States. And or it might have been even earlier than that or something. It was before the banks were ever even close to being open. And I told her, I said, "Mom, look, my phone doesn't work. I don't have any money. My debit card doesn't work. I need you to Western Union me money so that I can go pick it up at a Western Union place. Okay? That's all I need from you. I love you. Goodbye. Click. Well, I give the guy his phone back, and now I've already talked to my mom, so I got relief. I felt relief. I knew that I was going to the Red Cross in the morning, and they were going to help me out, and us not Red Cross, the Salvation Army, and the Salvation Army was going to help me. So I had relief there. I talked to my mom, so I had relief there because I got some word out to somewhere back home that I had no money, and that I needed her to send me money. And then I was just not stoned, but I had a little bit of a buzz from that little piece of weed that I smoked with the guy. So I was content. I was like, all right, I'm okay. This is gonna be a good day. This is gonna be a good night. We're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I kept telling myself it's gonna be okay. And I was like, you know what? I've been looking around for change. Might as well just keep doing that. I got nothing else to do. So I'm walking. And then I come across this bench at the airport, and I see a glint of like a silver euro piece, like not a euro, but like I didn't know if it was a euro or whatever. It was change. It looked like change. Okay. So I bend down and I go to grab it, and I can't grab just the coin. Like I can't feel whatever, like where it is at. So I just pull everything out, whatever's under the bench, just pull it out. And there was some trash, there was a 5-cent euro piece, and then there was a bag with about an eighth of marijuana in it. And I lost it. I'm like, no way. I crack open the bag and I smell it. And let me tell you, this weed that I found underneath a bench at the airport smelled better than anything I've ever smelled here in the States since. Okay? This shit put me on cloud nine before I even smoked it. I go back and I find this guy, and I'm like, dude, dude, dude. He's like, what's up, dude? What's up? I was like, do you want to fucking smoke? And I flipped this little bag up that like it's got like, I'm telling you, it's got like 3 decent sized nugs in it. He goes, holy shit, dude, where'd you get that? And I was like, dude, I just found it under a bench, dude. No freaking way. He goes, you ever smoked a cone? And I was like, no, dude. He's like, let's go. You want to smoke a cone? I got papers. I was like, let's fucking go, dude. So we went downstairs in the train station underneath the airport, and we went all the way to the end of the benches where we weren't around anybody. And he rolls a joint out of that weed. And it's a little bitty spliff, about that long, but yay big, nothing fancy, nothing big or magical or anything like that. And then I light it up, and he took a video of me lighting it up, and I smoke a couple of hits off of it, and I think I'm big shit, badass. I hit it and I pass it to him, and I grab the camera and I'm recording him. He hits it and stuff like that, and then we pass it back and forth. And I think he even asked me on the camera, he said, "Does this record sound?" I said, "Well, yeah, it's recording everything we said, man." And we smoked that fucking joint. We got so stoned in that the train station, and it was awesome. After smoking that, he's like, dude, you want to just hang out till the Salvation Army opens up in the morning? And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I ain't got nothing else to do. So we hung out that entire night smoking joints and bowls out of that medallion pipe. And that's where this comes in, because we use this grinder so much to use that. Like, we grounded up all that weed in this grinder right here. And he ended up giving me this grinder because I smoked that whole eighth of weed with him. He gave me the medallion pipe because I gave him the shoes to wear, and then he gave me this grinder because I smoked that whole eighth of with him, and I used this grinder the entire time I was in Amsterdam. And this ground up every single bit of weed that I smoked in Amsterdam, and yeah, it was awesome. After that, we ended up going to the Salvation Army around like 10 a.m. the next morning, and they let me make a phone call to my mom. And I talked to my mom for about half an hour, which was an expensive call back then because it was way long distance, overseas. And she told me that she sent me like $100 something out of her pocket, and that I already had that money in my name so that I can go pick it up. And then No, I couldn't tell you the guy's name. I couldn't tell you where he lived, where he went to. I met him for 1 day, and it was kind of like my weed guardian angel type situation. You know what I'm saying? Because he came out of nowhere. I had nothing, and he gave me hope. He smoked with me just a little bit, and I've told people this over the years that the universe has a way of finding me with marijuana. Like weed just finds me. I've been on Greyhound buses and weed has come to me. You know, like I weed just magnetates to me. You know, like I just have this magnetism with weed. But back to the story of Amsterdam. Um, After he showed me the to the Salvation Army, they helped him get a ticket to back to the States. And yeah, no, for real, he kept me company all night, which was awesome because I wasn't alone in Amsterdam. I had somebody to talk to, smoke, enjoy the time. You know, we laughed, we joked, we fucking had a great time walking around the streets of Amsterdam. And then in the morning, he showed me up to the Salvation Army. They let him to the they let him get a ticket, helped him get a ticket back to the States, and he flew out that day back to the States. And they let me get a phone call to my mom. They gave me a sandwich, and like I ate a sandwich and got some water while I was there. And they let me hang out for like a couple hours at the Salvation Army. I ended up drawing a picture of um some a picture or something that was in the Salvation Army. I was just bored, so I started drawing. And one of the girls that was working there really liked the drawing, so I gave it to her and she hung it up on the wall. So I might still have artwork hanging in Amsterdam. Oh, I'm missing chat. Hold up, sorry. For real though, Tanzan. Okay, it was awesome. It was awesome. And then when I left the Salvation Army, I went straight to the Western Union place, and I got the money that my mom sent me, and then she sent me the rest of my money, and then I had 4,000 euros. Actually, it was more like 3,260 euros. I think after the exchange rate. Oh, for real. The Salvation Army in Amsterdam was amazing. They helped me out to the point where I was able to get money and food, water, you know, and I was more prepared. Okay. After I got my money, I went straight to a coffee shop. I bought a my limit that I could have on weed. I rolled a joint, started smoking a joint, and walked down the street till I found a hostel. I paid for 2 weeks in a hostel, and then I had a place to stay, and I was happy about that. So I went to the store and I went to a restaurant and I got food. I ate a big old steak and potatoes, and like I was at a fancy restaurant, you know, and I went all out. I didn't care. I got the big, whatever the biggest course in the meal was. Oh, yeah, straight to the coffee shop. After I had my weed, I had food and a place to stay. I went exploring and I had such a blast. I freaking did everything I could possibly think of to do. I went to museums. I went to the Van Gogh Museum. Van Gogh was my all-time favorite artist of all time when I was growing up. And when I found out that he lived in Amsterdam, I got to visit his museum. You know, they had all of his actual artwork. I was this close to sunflowers. Okay, I've never been that close to a beautiful painting like that in my life until I went to Amsterdam. And I was able to stand within 8 inches from a painting that I admired as a child. And I started painting because of it. No, the hostel was amazing. The hostel was amazing. The people were really friendly. It was a super friendly, nice guy that worked in the that took my money and stuff and gave me the room. And his staff was a really nice lady. You know, there was a really nice lady, the old lady that came out in the morning, and she made breakfast. And then there was a really nice Indian fellow that worked the counter, and not Native American Indian. He was from India, Indian. You know, And he worked the counter. He gave me my room, and the rooms were bunk beds. There was 3 bunk beds to a room and lockers. So you got a lock and a locker to put your stuff in, and then you had a bunk bed that 5 other people could be in the room with you. And let me tell you something, I had a lot of fun in that hostel. There were 2 chicks from Ireland that stayed in my room, and they were not scared to get naked in front of me. They just clothes off. They didn't care. Like I never experienced women that were not scared to get naked in front of other men, like that in a room before. Because in the States, it is very, no, no, no. You can't take your clothes off in front of the other genders. So that tripped me the out. Okay. There was these 2 guys from Romania that was staying in the room next door to me, and I met them in the hallway of the hostel, and we started talking and hanging out and stuff. And I ended up doing mushrooms with those 2 guys from the room next door. We smoked a lot of weed together, and they were like, "Dude, you want to do shrooms with us?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, I'll do some shrooms with you." And we ended up, this guy bought a box of Thai shrooms, and we split it. And I ate half the box, he ate half the box, and then we fucking took off walking. We went to red light district. I tripped balls. Okay, tripped balls. I remember walking down red light district, and they have women in the windows, like standing in red lights and stuff, topless and whatnot. You can see everything. They don't care. They want you to come in and have some fun. Well, there are guys that stand in doorways covered by red lights, and they tell you stuff like "ready for a show," and then they say it in Dutch, French, German, Arabic, like they say it in like 5 or 6 different languages, back to back to back to back. They don't miss a beat. They don't stop. They don't go like "ready for a show," and they go and then like "parlez-vous français?" No, they don't say anything. They don't take a beat. So it sounds like gibberish. Okay, to me anyway. I was on shrooms, but what it is they have live sex shows going on behind these closed doors, and you can go in and watch if you want. And he's trying to get you to come in and watch these shows. So he says, "ready for a show." Then he says it in Dutch, French, German, and all these other languages back to back to back. And as I'm walking up, this dude's already like 6'7", 6'8", maybe 6'9". He's tall, he's big, he's stocky. And as he goes, "ready for a show," he morphs into like this 7 foot tall winged devil dude. And he just goes, and I said, "No, I'm not ready for that show." And I took off running like a bat out of hell. And I freaking ran and ran and ran until I saw a steeple of a church. And I was like, "Satan won't get me there." And I stopped running. And the 2 guys from Romania catch up with me. He goes, "Hey, dude, are you okay? You okay?" And I was like, "Dude, I just saw Satan back there, man. I don't know about okay, man. The devil just tried to get me. The devil just tried to get me." Like, he goes, "Man, dude, we need to calm down. We need to calm down. The shrooms, man, they're getting too much." And so we rolled the joint, and we started smoking this joint. And it calmed me down. I got back to mellow. We're all mellow the fuck out, and then we're walking around. And my buddy goes, or the dude from Romania, he goes, "Dude, look where they're at. Look at that, man." And we start taking pictures because we're out in front of the police station. Like it says Politia or Policia or whatever you want to call it. Right on the door, you can see the wanted pictures from the missing children's or whatever on the wall. And like we're standing right outside the police station smoking this joint. And I'm laughing because it's legal in Amsterdam. They don't care. He's laughing. We start taking pictures and stuff like that of us smoking this joint outside this police station. We're all happy and having a good time. And my sister pointed out in the smoke of the joint, you can see 420. It's not Photoshop or anything like it. It kind of looks like 420 in the smoke, and it's pretty cool. But we're smoking the joint. We're having a good time. We're all faded as fuck. And we go back to the hostel. And he comes, my buddy from Romania comes find me. He goes, dude, you got to go check out the visuals in the bathroom, man. The visuals, man. Holy cow, the visuals. So I went check out the bathroom, and I'm sitting there in the hostel. They have the rooms, and then down the hall is a bathroom, and then there's showers. And the bathrooms are closets. It literally looks like a door closet. You open up, and inside this closet is a toilet, and that's it, just a toilet. You close the door, and there's like 2 or 3 toilets, and then there were showers on the other side. It was just the same thing. It was a closet. You open it up, and it's a shower on the inside of the closet. So I open up the door to the bathroom, and I sit down on the toilet, and I close the door, and every now and again, I see these images just popping everywhere, just popping, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, that's so cool. Whoa, man. Wow. And like I had to go back and check out the bathroom whenever I was sober, because when I checked it out like on shrooms, the visuals are crazy. When I went check it out sober, you notice that there's etchings on the tiles. So it's lightly etched into the tile, the same color as the tile, so that when you're looking dead on with the tile, you can't see anything. But if you look at it from an angle, the light will pop, and you will see an image of a flower or a bear or whatever they got etched into the tile. So they set those hostel rooms up for people to trip, and it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. Okay. After that, like I met really cool old guys that gave me wisdom, about how I should survive and learn how to invest and do all this stuff. I met people that bought me beer, and we hang out. I met all different kinds of people from all walks of life while I was in Amsterdam, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I was there for 2 weeks before I came back. And the only reason why I came back is because I ran out of money. And my ticket, I was lucky that I was able to get a return flight because I paid so much. It covered a return flight back. So I was lucky that I was able to get back home. Oh, dude. The States sucked when I got back, okay? When I got back from Amsterdam, I was not happy. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be in the States. I was in Louisiana, and I was miserable. It was hot. It was humid. I didn't have good marijuana anymore. I didn't have good shrooms anymore. I didn't have fun people to hang around with. It was not fun when I got back to the States. I was pretty disappointed camper. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I did so much fun stuff in Amsterdam that I got a lifetime of memories. I mean, nothing real sketchy, if I'm being honest with you. The sketchiest thing that happened to me was I was walking down the street, and this guy that was dressed like a little mini makeshift pimp or something. He walks up, he goes, "What do you need, man? What do you need?" And I was like, I don't need anything. I'm good. I got weed. And he's like, "I didn't say weed." I said, "What do you need?" I said, "Dude, I don't have any money for you." He was like, "I don't need your money, man." I said, "What do you need? I got everything." And I was like, I don't need anything. I'm good. And he goes, "Okay, fine." And he walked away. And that was the sketchiest thing that happened to me. Okay. Other than that, I had an amazing time when I was in Amsterdam. For real, I met a pimp, and I don't know. Like I told him I didn't need anything. I had weed. I had what I need. And he said, "Okay," and he walked away. And I was like, "Okay, all right." And that's he was smaller than me, so I wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like, "Oh my god, he's gonna rob me or something." Your brother met him. He's still around. I believe that, dude. He's apparently the richest man in the universe. He's got everything. He's got everything you need. That's what he told me. And when I told him I didn't need anything, he said okay, and he left. And I didn't see him again. But that was the sketchiest thing that happened when I was in Amsterdam. No, he did not have a jacket. He was not like the Flasher. He didn't go, "What do you need?"
Yeah, I got lyrics, I got tears, I got everything. I got watches, I got clutches, I got everything you need, buddy. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He wasn't like that. But he did like give me that vibe. Like he was like, "I got everything." Like he had all the drugs in his pockets or something. Like if I wanted coke, he would have had it. If I wanted like ecstasy, he would have had it, type situation. I appreciate the love of the channel, Ginger Cats, but again, we've been over this a couple times. Mods are given out in my room for people that have been known for a couple months, and you have to become a friend of the channel. You have to show up to many lives and be known as a friend and not just a troll. And I'm not saying you're a troll. Again, we've been over this several times in this live stream. I just don't make mods willy-nilly. All my mods are people that I talk to outside of YouTube. They either talk to me via email, or they've communicated with me via text message, or I know them in person, and they have become a mod because they have done stuff for me outside of YouTube to help me in my life, or mods are earned in my room, definitely earned. So no offense, but to become a mod, you have to be a channel member, or not member, but a friend of the channel for several months, and I have to I have to be comfortable with you enough to make you a mod. And I guarantee you, the people that are mods have never asked me to be a mod. My mods are made purely because I choose people, because they've earned the mod status. But all right, I'm gonna do another blessings before I get off, because I've been on for about 3 hours now. So we'll do one more blessings, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the live stream. What did I do with my lighter? Hold on. I don't know what I did with my lighter. Ain't that about a bitch? I know I just had it because we was talking about something in Amsterdam. Hold on. Nope. It's all right. I got another one somewhere. Give me 1 second. I gotta get a lighter. It's about right. Ah, found it. I found it. I don't know why it was in the front, but I found my lighter. It was in the front. All right. Final blessings for this live sesh. And then we'll call it a day. Blessings be to you and to me. Woo! Get some water real quick. I mean, it's the true story. It happened, every single part of it. And again, there is a few videos on my channel of my trip to Amsterdam. I have the story that I told you guys, some of it, probably more of it, explained in more detail. And then I have a ton of pictures that I made a collage, like a picture slideshow for people to watch while I told the story. And I've also attached a couple videos from while I was there. I have a video of a guy playing a handpan like this. That's when I got into handpan. It was in Amsterdam. I saw a guy on the streets playing one of these, and it blew my mind. Okay. And I've been obsessed with it ever since. So now I have my own, and I'm happy about that. I also have a video of a guy, a street performer, playing a didgeridoo. I have a video of a street performer that put himself through a tennis racket, as well as a straight jacket. And I'm pretty sure I have those videos up on my stories. So if you want to check those out, you can check those out. 1:40 a.m. right now. Holy cow! It's let's see. It is 4:40 p.m. right now here. Oh, I agree. Trust me, I should have got way more than $7,000 or $7,500. Like a drunk driver hit me head on, I should have gotten $100,000, if not more. I should have never had to come back from Amsterdam. Oh wow, 11:40 p.m. Yeah, no, it's 4:40 p.m. here. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. I hope you guys have a blessed day. As always, blessings be to you and to me. And I'll catch you in the next one. Ahmed, I like to go live around 10 a.m. my time, if possible, because it gets really hot in Colorado really fast, and it's hard for my bus to stay up. So if I'm going live, it'll be around 10 a.m. If I know I'm gonna go live, I'll post about it. If I don't have a schedule yet, I'm just gonna try to get onto a schedule. Yes, sir. Same to you guys. Hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one.